Hey guys, Asher coming at you today in RAID Shadow Legneds. I'm not alone. I am joined by Big Papa Drock. Drock, what's up, man? How you doing?
My brother, what is going on? It is so good to be here, dude. Thanks for having me back, man.
You're the best, Drock. You're the best, man. I remember the first time we collabed and I called you D-Rock. I thought I offended you, bro. You were like, it's actually not D-Rock. And I was like, oh, shnikes. What a start to this one.
No, it was the beautiful budding of a relationship, man.
Yes.
That was like when we became bros. I was like, just let you know it's Drock, and you were like, oh yeah, no worries. And then
call me D-Rock.
One more time.
D-Rock. I love that you said something though, because you know some people just let them say it, but you're like, no, actually, bro, just stop things for a second here. Record scratch, Drock. Thanks for watching my content. That's the worst part, is like, if you don't say their name right when they're a first-time guest, it's like, yeah, bro, thanks for watching none of my videos. You must love me.
No. You told me how much you loved my videos and all my cracking content. So I knew it was just a simple mistake, you know?
Indeed. If you guys don't watch Big Papa Drock yet, check out his channel, one of my favorite channels in all RAID Shadow Legneds. It will be linked for you guys in the show notes below. I don't think we're gonna have a collab on Drock's channel just yet, but maybe in the coming like week or two. What do you say?
Yeah, I gotta think of something, because you're so good. We were just talking about this off air. Like, I feel like you're so good at thinking of different ideas, and I'm over here
so good at recycling the same boring content.
No,
tell them how it is, guys. Tell them how it is.
I actually watched, because we were just talking about one of the videos you just released, and I'm like, how do you think of all this stuff? Because I'm never, I think, in the same realm. So I will come up with an idea. Okay. It will be great, and you will come on, and we will dominate. And it will be beautiful.
Hell yeah. Check out Big Papa Drock's YouTube channel, guys. Subscribe, man. Get him some more subscribers. He deserves it. He's the rising star, right? That was the award you got?
That was the award, yeah, rising star, yep.
So today we're going to go through all the factions, legendaries, best and worst. Simple as that. More recycled content for the folks out there. You can't get enough. You're the guest. Let's alternate to make it fun. Go with Bannerlord. Give me your best Bannerlord. Okay. Plarium's going to give you a choice to start a brand new account with any legendary in each faction. That's the hypothetical scenario here.
That's good to know, because it definitely changes things. And to let the audience know, we didn't talk about this at all. Literally, I didn't even know what we were doing until 2 minutes ago. This is great. This is great. It's
you can handle
raw.
This. Yeah.
It's real. This is a really tough call, I think, because there are two legendaries for me that stand out in this faction as like fantastic. But I think if I'm like going from the perspective of I'm starting a brand new account, I want something that's going to help me in the most areas. I kind of think I'm going Marichka. I don't know. I kind of think I'm going Marichka.
Yeah, same. And it's not close for me. Why? Who yeah. What, Taurus? Were you thinking of Taurus as the other one?
Taurus would be the other one, just because he's so disgusting in Arena, and he's such a nasty cheat code that I'm like tempted to go that way. But if I'm thinking about like all different types of content, she is for sure the best in this faction. She can do everything: heals, cleanses, revives. I mean, every like piece of content you could hypothetically throw her in. So I think that's got to be the one.
I agree 100%. We'll obviously, if we agree, we'll just say we agree on these days. But yes, I think the Marichka, to me, she's a no-brainer. I love Taras too, but to all the things that you said. So who's the worst? I guess I'll go with the worst. I think it's
you go with the worst.
It's Adolin, man. I think it's Adolin. And I don't think it's that close, honestly. Whenever I talk about her, there's people in the comments who are like, you're so wrong. She's very helpful. And like, yeah, sure, man. Like, she's kind of like an epic, you know? She's kind of like an okay epic, I feel like. Yeah, she could be good for Sand Devil, I guess. But that's pretty much, she's not awful, but who would you give it to for worst?
I definitely would put her in the mix. There are a couple that I look at here and I'm like, I don't want to pull these guys at all. And I think if it's not Adolin, it's probably Adolin. If it's not her, then maybe it's like Sigmund or something like that, or like
Sigmund's a different class than Adolin to me, man.
Yeah, maybe he's better with the provokes.
He's got the provokes, got the shield, the big strength, and the 3-turn. I like Sigmund, man.
I pulled him so many times. I just hate seeing his stupid, goofy. Although his mustache is legitimately awesome.
Yeah. High elves. This time I'm gonna go first with the best high elf. Ooh, there's a lot of good high elves. Newsflash.
There are.
Man, I like a lot of them here. I think I'm gonna go with. I'm not gonna go with Arbiter, even though I think she's in the mix because I can get Arbiter through the Arbiter mission. So I'm gonna and so I think I'm gonna go with. I don't think most people would agree with me necessarily on this one, Drock, but I freaking love Wallmaster, and I want Wallmaster. That enemy, just like the AO. I mean, obviously he's Hydra God mode, but just have an enemy max HP champion to start out with on an AOE would be really valuable. So I'm gonna go Wallmaster. Who would you go with?
I actually would go Wallmaster as well.
Yeah?
I happen to pull him, and I love him. The dude is nasty. Like again, you can use enemy max HP in every part of the game. So yeah, if I were like starting an account, I would want Wallmaster for sure. If not Arbiter. Arbiter would be the other one that stands out for sure.
Yeah, same. Okay. Wow, I was surprised that you agreed there. I wasn't sure if other honorables for me would be like, I love Lana Theral, I love Ally Attacker, I love that nice shield. Tatura is really good, like all around, you know. So for progression, I feel like that'd be very helpful. How about the worst? Who you got for the worst high elf?
This is kind of tough because there are a couple of them.
There's a few.
Really bad champions in this thing. Yeah, Pixie's definitely on the list.
Basilius, I'm not a fan of Basilius.
But Rorana, okay, you're sleeping on Roranas. Yeah. You're sleeping on Roranas. I'm talking right now. For Arena, I'm telling you. But Incarnate is the triple puncture thing specifically for like Rotos type stuff. Yeah, it's actually really nasty. So he's actually one of my PvP sleepers.
Okay, fair enough.
But if not, I think Incarnate is trash. I didn't go for this fusion at all.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, you actually used her out of curiosity?
No, of course I don't use her. She's listen. I mean, a strengthen and an ally protection is not bad for support. You know, like when we say trash, we're talking like kind of end game, right?
Yes, that's very true.
So
but
like,
I think, I'm gonna go with Alexander. I'm gonna go with Simple. I mean, you just did a video on this dude.
On him. Some people liked him in the comments. Some people were like kind of mad.
I don't see it. I don't think he's good. I'm not really a fan of his. You know, the comments might come for me, but he doesn't do it for me. I don't like him.
That was one of my most disliked videos in the last recent memory. That video,
not again.
I was like Alexander the Sharpshooter and Saito. I would like to see buffs for. People were like, "You're crazy." Saito actually did do some nice damage in the video, though. Anyway, I digress. I'm gonna go with the worst. Oh man, bro.
I know you want to do it. I can feel it. It. You want to.
I hate to do it, man. Like, I hate to do it because she's not trash, but I think it is the Incarnate, man. Like, I was so excited to use her with Arbiter and stuff. Like with the Arbiter has. I think a part of it for me is a letdown that Arbiter finally has this awesome companion champion. Who's it gonna be? And it's like, oh, like not gonna be value over replacement in the arena certainly. And then she's like, okay, I would say. But, Alexander's a good choice, too. All right.
Yeah, I mean, either one.
Yeah. Sacred Order time. Pick Steel, I think the increased defense and continuous heals, is just a level of trash above the Incarnate,
Yeah, they've made her a lot better from when she first came out. She was god-awful for a long time.
They gave her like 5 buffs, man. They're trying, They're trying.
Yeah, they tried.
Staying alive.
Sacred Order time. Who you got? Okay. Yeah, you're first.
Yeah, this is me. This is tough. There are a couple I would pick here, but I think I'm just gonna roll, frankly, with Cardial. I don't know. Like if I'm starting an account, I want Cardial. I got Revive on Death. I've got Cleanse. I've got block buffs or debuffs. I can do pretty much everything with that champion. He's so valuable. He's useful in arena. He's useful in every piece of content. So I think it's got to be Cardio. And on top of that, he can heal. And also he's void, so there's no affinity issues. And you can even build him to be a damage dealer. Like I use him in my current Fire Knight team, and I have him built for damage. So I just think he's super versatile. Really like the champion.
I 100% agree with you, unless I can get mod. I might just go with mod and save myself the 20 years, So if she's allowed, then I would go with High Mother mod, but otherwise, I agree with you 100% on Cardio. I love Venus so much, and I was tempted to kind of get cute and go Venus to have that Void debuffer, but really, in terms of a new account, man, like Cardio just progresses you so much faster. I feel like having that strong support and everything it brings to the table. So I agree. For the worst here, I have, let's see. I don't have Vitreous. Do you have him?
I don't have him, but I've heard he is really bad.
I heard he's really bad. and even they buffed him, right? And he's still really bad. But I don't want to pick someone that I don't have. I don't think that's fair. So it's weird. Like, I feel like it might be Rosh card, but he's not bad. It's just like there's so many better options, you know?
He's been power crept so hard, I think. I mean, obviously he's useful for like clan boss, you know, block damage type teams. So you could definitely use him in that arena, but there's not much else going on. You know what I mean?
I'm going to go Rosh card, man, because like, there's freaking Demitha, bro. Like, give me Demitha over Rosh card, you know? So I'm going to go Rosh card. Who you have is the worst. I think that Glycia, I would love they buffed her, you know?
You know, it's funny you say that, but I'm going Glycia.
Okay.
Like, if I'm not going Vitreous, I'm going Glycia, only because the entire reason she was put in the game was to stop lockout, and hilariously enough,
didn't work.
she doesn't even do that consistently.
In live arena, you ever go against somebody and they actually do, like, even in, you know, top, like once in a blue moon, someone will go with her, and I always get like giddy happy when they draft her, like thinking that.
Always.
But I will say that, like, there's been 1 or 2 times I've been like, oh my god, she was effective. It worked, you know, like
every once in a blue moon. But normally I'm very happy to see her. I'm like, you're about to get curb stomped, my bro. It's over.
Yeah. Man, she needs a buff or a rework. She really does.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Sacred Order Barbarian time. Who is okay? I go first. The best barbarian. Oof. There's a lot. I mean, I think it's Armand's. I think I don't want to get cute here, right? Armand's.
Yeah, that's got to be the pick for sure.
We had a whole videos talking about Armand, so I'll be brief, right? Like, we know what he does. Everybody's familiar. He's going to be the arena god of your account from day one. But even in PvE, man, like lockdown, wave, stunner, and everything else, remove buffs, and he just brings so much to the table. 3-turn cooldown, just insane stuff, man. He's insane. Even there's a lot of good choices though. Who do you have? Armand's?
There are, like, Armand's would be for sure the one I pick, just because he helps progress you so much through dungeon waves. Like, it's just like a cheat code. It's absurd, and arena as well. But like, I'm torn of like who else I would pick beyond him, because there are a couple other really good champs, like torn between like Valkyrie or maybe the Archer. But I think Armand's just kind of, he's just built different. You know what I mean? He's built different.
I think my second would be Archer Queen. I think that just the AoE stun, the AoE 2-turn provoke, the decreased speed, everything, that she's insane, you know, like even outside of Hydra. But there's a lot of good barbarians. Who's your worst?
Dude, Altan.
Yeah.
This
that freaking
bro.
Red jerk. Get the hell out of there, man.
Yeah. Why is he so bad? He's like one of the original champs. They've never buffed him. He looks terrible. He's like OG awful champ. I remember when I first pulled him, I was excited years ago, and I didn't know what I was
Everybody
doing.
was back in the day, though. Like, he was the man in Clan Boss, man. That defensive aura.
He was.
You know,
he could do stuff, and like the A2 can hit kind of hard, or at least it used to be able to. But it's just, this kid is just power crept so badly. He absolutely needs a dramatic buff. He is horrifically bad. Plarium, please buff him. He's awful. He is one of the most unnecessary buffs in the game. Like, it's insane. We agree on that one for sure. It's not even close. Ogren Tribe time. The best. You're up first here on the best. Yeah,
Ogren.
I'm up first. Okay, I don't have this dude, so I can't speak to him, but Visig makes me intrigued. I just don't have the guy. And I know a lot of people like him.
Neither.
Yeah, I just can't speak to him, so I'm sure people in the comments will let us know. And then there are a couple of the voids I don't have here. Yeah, his kit's pretty nuts, but I think I'm going to go with Grazer. I have Grazer. I use Grazer. I think Grazer is really, really good. Great for Hydra. You can use him in other stuff because the enemy max HP kind of damage. You also can keep your team alive. Like, I know in that Soul Cross team facing 2 Grazers is extremely annoying. I just did
that today. That wave. I'm like,
that stage. I don't like that stage.
And they got Koragar there to cleanse. They got
they're cleansing. I'm trying to debuff. They're making it horrible. So I think Grazer for me. I really like that champ.
Thank God for Archer Queen on that level. That's all I gotta say. All right. Koragar is really fun. But I agree with you. Like, Biggin was my first legendary. You never forget your first. Drock, you never forget your first.
It's true. Shazar for me.
Oh, Lord Shazar?
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Why are you so mean?
Grazer, I give it to Grazer as well, man. Like, all around early game, he has kind of a Krisk-ish effect. on early game accounts where it's just like, congratulations on just skyrocketing your progress if you pull this dude early. Like, imagine your first Void Shard, you get him on a new account. You're like, okay, awesome.
Dude,
you know,
I'd cry. I'd cry tears of joy. He's so good.
And no one here, to me, is that dramatic an impact on your account, you know, even though there's some really good ones here. Worst, I will give it to, I'm going to give it to, he might not be the worst, but he might be the worst. I know most people would probably go Drockle, the Gaunt, but I am going to go Gurgo, the freaking Augur. I hate this dude so much. I hate this big blue dummy.
No, what you wanted to say there.
I know. Dude, I should always censor myself, man.
Right to jail, right away.
He's a Void legendary, man. He's got stats like a freaking rare, 16k HP on this dude. He doesn't hit hard. He's got an AoE freeze, yay, on a 4-turn. AoE freeze used to be something special in this game. You know, like there was not that many champions who had an AoE CC effect on this game. There was like Shiramani. There was a couple, you know, legendaries. And back then, like it was pretty cool. The extra turn mechanic, you could pop somebody off with the avalanche on a 5-turn cooldown. 5-turn cooldown for what? It barely even hits. So yeah, kind of cool freeze passive as well. But man, this guy needs, to me, he's the Void legendary most in need of a buff, I think, in the game. What do you think of Gurgo and who you have as the worst?
He definitely needs a buff in the current meta. I completely agree with you. He is outclassed. Like his avalanche ability could hypothetically hit for a lot of damage if you can land a freeze, if you can strip Stone Skin, if you can get through, like, you know what I mean? Like if the game has just changed a ton, and even though he's been buffed from when he was truly terrible, he's still really not that great. No, so I absolutely would have him in contention. For me, it's like
even Ninja really has an AoE freeze, and then everything else. And now everybody has Ninja again, you know? So now we can talk about him again. But like, dude, this guy, bro, you don't want to pull him out of Void Shard. Anyway.
He's just disappointing. So if not him, though, it would be like a close call between Drockle and Uger. Uger?
Uger.
One of the two.
Yeah.
The worm
I didn't fuse him, or was he a fusion or a fragment?
He was a fragment, I think.
Yeah, I didn't go for him, and then I pulled him. I'm like, yay. But yeah, I agree. I would like to see a buff
Maybe
to Drockle.
Though.
Yeah.
Maybe Drockle, I think, is worse. Yeah, just
I think Drockle has potential.
Yeah,
that's what bothers me about him. He has potential. Like he's one of those champions that a little buff would go a long way, I feel like. But anyway, moving along here to Lizardmen. I am up first. Lizardman, the best. Oof. It's harder than I thought it was going to be, because going in, I'm like, just Chris, no-brainer. But then I was like, Sulfurion. I'm looking at you over there, bro. And Teox, man.
Tough.
I guess I'm still, it might not be the right choice here, Drock, but I'm still going to try to play it safe and go with the turtle. I'm going to go Chris still. I think he's still, you can never go wrong with Chris, I feel like, right? The buff extension, I mean, use him absolutely everywhere in the game. He's a beast in Hydra. You can throw him in the curse. You can get your provoker, increased speed. He just brings so much, the freaking debuffs and the shield on the passive. I still think that Chris is the way to go, but I think you can make a strong case for some contenders. Who would you go with?
I can't believe I'm saying this because it definitely represents a switch, but I think I'm going Sulfurion, which, by the way, I didn't know his name correctly. I did a video the other day because I pulled a Teox.
Yeah.
And I kept calling him Sulfion. So, yes, thank you. Thank you.
Did you
pull Teox?
What's that?
Did you pull Teox? Did you get one?
No.
No? Pain.
I've been very, very bad luck lately. It's awful.
Pain.
Feel my pain.
Yeah, I don't have Sulfurion either, and I didn't.
He's just really good.
We're even on the mispronunciation because I've been mispronouncing Glycia or Glycea. As soon as you said her name correctly earlier in the video, I'm like, oh crap, I've been doing that wrong for years.
I was calling Teox Legate instead of Legate. So you know,
isn't that like milk in Spanish or something? I don't know.
Yeah, Spanish player Legate Teox.
Give me some 2% to Legate, please.
But yeah, I think I'm going Sulfurion. I mean, I don't have this champion. I really want this champion.
Yeah.
The fact that he can revive, that he can do HP burns,
activate him.
Activate him. He's really good. He's super fast. Yeah.
All right. Oh, the worst Lizardman. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself here.
Yes.
The worst. You're up first.
I'm up first. Oh,
it's an interesting one. Who do you not want to see coming out of that shard?
Yeah, who would I be the least or the most bummed out by? I want to. All right, I'm really torn here between Roxum and Rosin, frankly.
Okay.
But I think Rosin has more versatility, so I'm just gonna go Roxum.
We agree.
I don't.
Roxanne.
Yeah.
I
Perfect.
I hate this dude, man. People love him
Yeah.
though. People get ready. People are gonna get dislikes. I can hear him clicking right now. I could hear him.
Wait. The fury is coming for me.
He's actually a champion that could be pretty cool with a buff too. Like even that flicker step, if they just make it a 5 to a 4 to a 3 instead of a 5 to a 4, I think that would be a great easy buff on him. You know,
he needs help.
Yeah,
he needs help. I'm never happy when I see him. I hate
all the
bummed.
conditionality. You know, like it's cool that he gets better with veils and perfect veils, but it's not cool that he's kind of trash without them. You know, like that's how I feel. All right, Skinwalker time. The best Skinwalker. You're up, Drock.
I am up. Best Skinwalker. Oh man, who would I want to? This is kind of tricky too. There's some really good ones here.
I know.
Okay. Oh, I'm so torn. I'm
glad you're up first on this one.
This is really hard because I'm thinking from from an arena perspective what I'd really want, and then also from a PvE perspective.
Yeah.
I think you could make a case
for a lot.
All right. Okay.
Narrow it down.
Okay, I'm between. This sounds crazy, but
let me guess. Between Sun Wukong. Okay.
Between Nishak, because for PvE with the bombs for like Bommel, he makes that so much easier to do, which is really big for progression.
You're right.
Nishak, and then if not him, either Sun Wukong and I don't even have this champion yet, but Marius. Marius is kind of nasty.
He is nasty. He is nasty. Marius. I do too.
But I think it's got to be Sun Wukong. Give me the Monkey King.
Yep.
Let the block buffs reign. Let me sheep with abandon. It has to be the Monkey King. I mean, this dude does it all. He's incredible in arena, obviously. He's frustrating to face. He's fast. He has a good aura. And you can hypothetically use him in other areas of content because of the block buffs. You can steal buffs, so he's useful in Hydra. Hypothetically, if you don't have a block buffs champion. So I think I'm going Sun Wukong. It's monkey time, baby.
You can't argue with Sun Wukong. Like I wouldn't even argue with someone who goes Mighty Uko or Ragash or Tamisha. Like you can make a case for all these champions. They're all very good. But I think I would also go Sun Wukong, man. I think that was who I had in my mind before you went. So I'm just gonna go chalk. I think Sun Wukong, even outside of the arena, like he'll be great for your account, insane damage and great A3. And I think you're frozen too, so that's cool. Be right back, guys. Drock is back. Drock is back. Had a great freeze frame on you there, Drock. But we agreed that Sun Wukong is you got thunderstorms over there. You got a power outage, right?
Yes.
We're gonna get through this damn video, man.
The power of the monkey was so great, Ash, that it took down my entire.
No, that was Ragash, dude. He was pissed. He got no love in that voting. That was Ragash. That was Ragash.
Of course.
All right. So who's the worst, man? I forgot who's up. No, I'm up on the worst.
You're up.
There's some good candidates on the worst. There's some bad ones too here. I actually just pulled Bambus. I didn't go for him, but I heard he's pretty lousy. But I heard some people like him too. War Chief is so one-dimensional. Brackus, I feel like, has been power crept. There's some candidates, but I'm actually going to go with Norog. Man, I like this. I used to like this big pig. I used to like him, you know? Pretty cool mitigation on the passive, but dude, from a legendary champion, all we're getting is an AoE block buffs with no damage. That's it. you know?
He really I think he's got to be the pick. You could make it like a vote for Loriaka, who's also not.
She
great,
got a buff that wasn't that bad though. Like I mean, she's not.
She did get
great,
improved,
but yeah.
But I think Norog stands alone. I do think he's really bad.
Yeah, I would have pulled Larakia or whatever the hell her name is before. I would have picked her before her buff, but now I feel like, you know, she can help some players out. Okay, so we agree on Norog, we agree on the pig. We're gonna go to the orcs. Moving right along here. My best. We're gonna go with There's some pretty bad orcs, huh? I'm gonna go with. I know who you're gonna go with. Without a doubt, I can just answer for you, but I think at least. But I am going to go. I'm going to snub Warlord, and I'm going to go with Artak just because progression. You know, like having the burn, a big tanky burn who can solo dungeons. He's got the freaking decrease attack. He's got the AoEs all over the place. You can stun set him. You can, you know, use him everywhere. I think that I'll be in really good hands with Artak. Who are you going to go with here?
If it's not Artak, it's got to be Warlord. One of the two. I mean, they're both like different strokes.
Warlord's so good folks. Too. Yeah, even
he's
PvE,
so nasty.
You know, like
he is for Doom Tower and stuff like that. Like, you know, he really helps. So I'm going Warlord. I like
Okay,
Warlord.
I like that. Okay, so the worst. There's a lot of baddies here, I feel like, or a few at least, you know?
There are
Like,
definitely some rough
I don't
ones
like
in here
King
for
Garage, but I think there's one obvious. Who you got?
I was looking at King Garog as well. Definitely not someone I would want to pull. Man, I'm
You
kind
like
of torn
Gomlock?
now.
I hate Gomlock too.
Gomlock is crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I think Gomlock is probably up there. It's like probably my. I think I'm going Gomlock. I don't like Gomlock.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I don't like Gomlock either. All right, I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's weird, man. I feel like I should go Growhawk because I really want Growhawk to get another buff. They buffed him once. They changed the A3 to a 6 to 5 to a 5 to a 4. I think. I don't know, but I just can't get excited about literally an AOE. Like I feel like Shield Guard, who's an uncommon, is comparable to a Growhawk. You know, like I don't know, man.
It's crazy because there's a lot of bad orcs. Like there's some really bad.
Robar has been the same since 2014.
Yeah, you know? Robar, Growhawk, Gomlock, Garog. The G's aren't working for this faction apparently. The G's are letting them down.
No, man. The orcs are pretty bad. There's some good ones, but there's some bad ones.
Really?
Okay. Dang, man. Demon Spawn time. You are up first. You're gonna pick Lord Shazar?
Oh, whoa, yes, Shazar? No. You know, he may have been the first, but sometimes the first
You've moved on.
The best.
Yeah, that's true.
I moved on. This is actually harder than it looks because there really are two choices here, I think, that stand out for progression. But honestly, if I'm starting an account brand new and I'm thinking about what is going to help me to progress the most or speed things up, I think I'm going Kymar, bro. I know that's like crazy because everyone I think normally would pick Duchess, and you can absolutely argue for her being incredible, but there's only a couple champions in the game that do full resets of skills. And there are champions that do lots of revive and block buffs and stuff like that. They're more. So I think I'm going to go Kymar because I can use him in arena as a speed lead and I can control people with his A2, which is great. But just being able to reset skills will speed up so many dungeon teams that, frankly, I think that's what I'm going with.
Okay. I don't think. I think that's a totally valid choice. I do feel like in the mid game, in the end game, you're going to be set. Even in the early game arena, like, you know, you can farm up your whole Great Hall with this dude, you know, speed lead, breaking the buffs with the A2. So it's not a bad choice at all. I was between Duchess and Helikath for mine, you know?
Interesting. Okay.
Just Helikath, dude, he's so nasty still. You know, the AoE, the big damage nuke with the shield, with that nice shield, the block damage with the increased defense after that, the counterattacks with the A1. He's so good, but I'm just gonna go Duchess. I said all that about Helikath, but I'm gonna go Duchess.
Wow, incredible.
But I'm just gonna go Duchess. I mean, getting that perfect veil out the gate with the increase. I mean, we know what Duchess does, right? But like, I can use her absolutely everywhere, and she's gonna be my reviver for life. So I would go Duchess. Who's the worst? Let's see. I'm up, right? Or are you up? I'm up.
You're up. This is kind of tough.
Yeah, there's actually this is the opposite of orcs, right? Like everybody's good.
They're all like solid. I can see a use case for all of them.
I didn't even realize that literally every. I'm sure most people would probably go with Vassal, but I actually like. I shouldn't say I like, but I don't hate Vassal like most people do.
Is he good for like Hydra though? Doesn't he do nasty stuff in Hydra now or something like that? Am I getting him confused?
I think you're thinking of Varl the Destroyer.
Varl, that's what I'm thinking. Never mind. Okay, never mind.
Vassal has the AoE True Fear and the decreased attack on a 3-turn and a really good heal. People hate on him because, you know, Doom Tower takes forever to get him, so I understand that. But anyway, I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with, this might be crazy to say. I'm going to hit you right where it hurts, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go Lord Shazar.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Lord Shazar.
I felt it coming. I felt it coming when I was looking through this.
He's not awful, you know, and he does nice bomb damage, you know, and I like that it's a 1-turn detonation, but it's still a 5 freaking turn cooldown. It really mitigates his use case outside of the arena. In the arena, he's just not, bombs aren't meta, nor have they ever really been, even with Stone Skin. That's what I'm going to go with. Who do you think?
Yeah, I think it's either Shazar or Vassal, and I absolutely can make a case for Shazar being less useful because, again, he's super niche in arena, and with polymorph it's just like roll the dice, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you may land the buffs, but if he becomes a sheep or the debuffs the bombs, you know,
Yeah.
I as much he was my first Shazar, my buddy. I'm sorry.
I know, right?
I'm
But
sorry.
he needs that buff, man. He needs that buff.
He
You
does.
know, Vassal
He
at
does.
least like I get people's complaints about Vassal, but at least I can get by with True Fear, decrease attack, and the heals. You know, like there's a lot of utility I can get out of there. Undead Horde.
Yeah.
Best, you're up.
It's gonna be Sifi.
Yes.
I'm not even
okay.
gonna mess around.
Yeah. Let's not waste people's
incredible.
time.
Yeah, like we all know why. She does it all. She's useful everywhere. Sifi is the queen.
Yeah.
I bow to you, my queen. I love you. Sifi.
I have one question for you. I did speaking of recycled boring content, I did a best champion of every rarity last week. And out of the legendaries, Sifi was my pick as the best, my number one legendary. Who would you give it to? Best legendary
Number
in the game.
one.
Start with anybody or whatever.
Start with anybody. Honestly, I think I probably would start with Sifi.
I agree with Sifi. Who's the worst? There's some bad ones here. Who's the worst? I will go with... Dude, I've always had some weird sort of vendetta hatred against Elegias.
Dude, so I was just gonna say him. Yeah.
Some of that tongue, man. Like, get out of here with that junk in my face.
I didn't even see that tongue, but now that I see it, I don't
look at his little profile pic, man. He gets sticking.
My God, that's freakish.
He just needs a lot of work. And this Ghost Rage doesn't need to be a 5-turn cooldown. It could be a 4. There's some conditionality, I believe. Further 10%. Like, dude, you compare him to somebody another guy who's been power crept that we'll talk about in a moment, I'm sure, is Nethril, right? Like, and he's 94 speed, and he's got, but at least his decreased turn meter is 75% on Bat Swarm. Elegias, like, we're fighting for a 20 or 30% decrease on a 4-turn cooldown, man. I can't get excited about that at all.
And they buffed him. That's the hilarious thing. That's like they buffed him once. He's still really, really bad. I would be like most upset if I pulled him for sure.
Really quick though on Nethril, man, I really want to see a buff to Nethril because he's not trash still. But 94 base speed, 900 base defense, man. Like his base stats need some work. He has no aura, he has no passive. But his kit, like, still, interesting. I just want him to be good again. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so that's the best. We already talked about worst. Man, we're cruising this back half.
We're ripping, baby. We're ripping.
Dark elves. The best dark elf.
What do you got?
I think it's gonna be. I guess I'm gonna. It's weird. Same thing with the Arbiter conversation earlier, right? Is like I want to go either Mithrala or Lydia. One of those two I think would be the best. But we're gonna get them anyway. So I almost want to choose somebody else if I'm strategizing here for the game that we're playing. So if I don't, and I'm gonna get Vizix too. So like some of my first choices would all be these free champions, which is awesome. So with all that said, who the hell am I gonna go with, dude? I don't because you take all them away.
Yeah.
And you're like,
it's surprising when you really look at these things and you realize how many champs are just not good.
I know.
I know. You don't want to pull them.
Like,
it's so eye-opening.
Like there's some, it is pretty crazy, man. I just want to make sure I'm not missing something super obvious and it doesn't appear like I am. So I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go Supreme Kale, dude. Supreme Kale. AoE weaken can't be resisted. AoE poisons, increased duration of debuffs on a 3-turn, increased accuracy will help tremendously in the early game. Decreased resistance will help tremendously in the early game. So I'm actually going to go Supreme Kale.
I actually was looking at him, and I do think if you're not picking Lydia or Mithrala, he actually does kind of make the most sense from a do the most content, affect your account the most. Like, who do you want to start with? So
I've never been a big fan, but I think he's the choice.
I actually think I would pick him as well if I'm starting from scratch. Like for like that, or maybe you could make an argument for someone like Ghostborn, just with like increased attack and also like not being able to resist decreased defense.
Yeah,
in certain comps.
You could probably make a case that even though you're going to get Lydia or Mithrala, they're that much better than the rest that you just go anyway, right?
Yeah, they really are. Frankly, like they're clearly the two best legendaries in this.
Who would you go with between the two?
Faction. I think I'm gonna go more towards Lydia. I think for most content, although it's really tough because Mithrala is really, really, really good. But I think I would pick Lydia over the two. I just feel like when you get her, she's such an account changing, champion. You're just like super stoked. So I think I'm going to go Lydia over her.
She's probably harder to get to Lydia than Mithrala, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure harder to get. Yeah.
Okay, I agree. The worst. There's now that we've discussed, there's probably a lot of candidates here. There's a lot of candidates.
Really bad ones in here. I mean, the arena person in me wants to say someone like Vitalis Blade Master because he just makes me angry how good he could be.
Yeah.
And they won't buff his damage so that he's actually really good. Like he could be one of the best champions in the game. His kit is there. Please buff his damage just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Nothing crazy. You don't want to make him too overpowered. But I have to acknowledge he has a good kit. The potential is there. You know who really sucks? Chromax. Holy smoke. This champion is so bad. Chromax.
You want to play this game for 2 years to get your hands on this dude from Doom Tower so you can have a 4-turn provoke? That's what he's got.
Incredible kid on this one, Ash. I think Chromax is just pure garbage.
He is the worst of the worst. He's got to be one of the worst legendaries, especially when you get him. It's hard to argue that, but just to throw out some honorables, I agree with Chromax. But honorables, man, like I would love to see a buff to Vizier Ovelis, right? Like this guy, he can do some cool things with like spreading some bombs or whatever, but like for the most part, that A1 used to be so special on Vizier. Remember that back in the day? And now I feel like they just throw champions like all over the place with the same A1. Like, did you know that Gwendolyn, for example, like she just has that as an afterthought of her kit, the same exact ability, It's like, she does that. Yeah. So I would love to see a buff to him. But anyway, I agree with you on Chromax. It's Night Revenant time, and this is stacked.
Oh, this
Am I up?
Tough one now. Is it me or is it you? Did I go first last one?
I went first. I hemmed and hawed for 25 minutes on Myth. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Okay, so this is really tough because there are some really good champions in this. Like this, and it's so crazy because I remember this used to be one of the worst factions with champions where it was like, there were just some bad ones in there. But okay, I am super torn on where to go here.
I know my worst.
Person, yeah. The arena person in me wants to go with someone like Ancora or Narcissus because they're both really, really good. But if I'm thinking I'm thinking account progression, I actually pulled this champion on my free to play, and he's huge, and I love him. I think I'm gonna go Theodore, dude.
I guessed it. Yep.
Yeah, he's just like. Man, when this guy came in the game, he changed the game. Like he is so good in PvE. He is usable. I use him in my clan boss team on my free-to-play account. I use him in my ice golem teams. I use him in so many different dungeons. I use him in my dragon team. The dude is just extremely versatile. Like, yes, he's not the arena champ that I, go crazy for and that I pine for in someone like Ancora and Narcissus. But if you're looking at like who's going to progress your account the most, it's really hard to argue with this dude. He's really, really good.
I 100% agree with you. I think the Theodore. I mean, even the fact that they throw in the increased speed too, like just why not, right? It's like it's and he's tanky, he's AoEs all over the place, and obviously just like the king of activation in the game. I agree. Okay, so worst. And I would probably go Ancora as my second pick as on the faves, but there's some real good ones here all across the board. The worst. I'm going to go with Narma. I've hated Narma for a while, and it's great. I mean, she could have been one of the best champions in the game when I started playing this game. She's great for clan boss, great for, dragon type content, the queen of poison. But hey, man, it's not like no one needs single target poison. Like I would rather have Dark Kale, I feel like, than Narma, well, not even feel like I would, and if there's epics that are better, that are farmable, I'm going to take Narma. I would love a rework on her.
Yep, I'm with you, dude. She would be the one I'm most like sad to pull. I just think she's so outclassed.
No, you do not want to see Narma come out of that shard, man.
No, you don't. No, you don't. That is pain.
I would like to see a buff to Bistophis too, man.
Yeah.
With a 1800 base attack, it's criminal. 1795, how weak he hits, man. It's criminal.
He could be a lot better for sure. Like he definitely is. Like there's so many champions that need buffs when you go through this.
I know, right?
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So many. But yeah, Narma for me.
It is dwarf time, and you are up.
You are up first.
No, I am up first.
You are up first. Who are you going with, baby?
Shoot. It's not even. I mean, I don't think there's anything that would stop me from picking up a nut. My boy Newt. I'm going Newt. there's some really, 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 really amazing and tremendous champions. Obviously, dwarves are stacked in legendaries. But I want that Blessed Bash. I want that A1 for Fire Knight and everywhere else. I want that AoE. He's tanky. He does the most damage in the game in PvE. I'm going Newt. I'm not going to overthink it. Who are you going to go with?
Yep, it's Newt. It's Newt. Like you could have made an argument for Acrizia in the past, and that's probably who I would have picked before Newt came into the game, because she is also disgustingly nasty. But Newt just lets you do some content so much faster, and he can be hypothetically worked into almost any dungeon team around. So yeah, it's got to be Newt.
Newt was actually going back to when I had the best legendary. It was between Siphi and Newt in my head, you know, overall in the game. So I can't deny Newt. Who are you gonna go worst?
Dude, there are a couple, there's not like a...
I hate one of these guys.
Yeah, there's one guy I really hate in here too. I think I'm gonna go Granjar. I think I'm going Granjar only because you have to wait a long time to get this dude. His kit really isn't anything special. I guess like you could say, oh, but he gives you AoE HP burn, but by the time you get this champ,
yeah, dude,
just like, you guarantee you don't need it anymore. So
it's a joke, man.
He's just not very good.
Did you use him in, I used him in one area of Centranos, one random floor that was super limited. I think it was HP only or something, you know? And it was the first time I actually used him, and I'm like, boy, I'm using him because I have to, and he still sucks.
Yeah, he's bad. I won't use him on principle. He makes me sick to my stomach.
You know who I really hate, though, as well?
Let me hear it.
I really don't like Mountain King. I'm a Mountain King hater.
Oh, whoa!
I know.
Okay, I'm genuinely surprised. Oh, okay.
Oh, I hate this guy.
Believe it or not, jail right away.
He's got no double hitters. He's got like scaling off of attack and HP. Like I know that everybody loves him. I know it, but I'm not afraid to own my unpopular opinions, Drock, and I've never been a fan of Mountain King.
I actually think that you have a point here because of how much the game has changed the last year and a half, where like they could buff this champion and make him really good with just two or three simple buffs. Make him faster because he is absurdly slow for sure.
85 speed.
Make his A3 ignore Stone Skin, right? So now you're really you're like, oh, Mountain King.
Yep.
Mountain King,
Take
you're
care
dirty.
of UDK, nice and easy.
Yeah, and give him something like an extra turn after he kills somebody, since his entire kit is solo, like one hitters. Now I am a Mountain King lover. Now Mountain King and I, we are never mind. I don't know what we're doing. We're doing things together, Ash. We're doing things.
Hey, Mountain King, I agree with you. I hate him because I want a buff on this dude because he looks so cool and like he's OG, you know? But there's a lot of kind of meh doors. We could be here all day, but let's go on to Shadowkin. Shadowkin time, man, and let's see, you're up.
Yeah, I'm up, and you know there are some really good Shadowkin champions.
Yeah, there are.
I just got this dude in the free to play, and he really is god tier. It's got to be Ninja for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
You know, like you could make an argument for a couple other ones in different areas of content, but Ninja, it's just like talk about a rare massive W from Plarium, giving people the option to get him on an account. Thank you, Plarium. What a common sense thing. Like, here's a champion we gave to people for free. Bring him back. Give him to the people. He is an account changer. He has changed my free to play already. I love you, Ninja. I love you. And he looks sick. You know what I mean? Like he's the HP burn activations, you can use him in arena, you use him in PvE. He's just great. I love Ninja.
It's hard to argue with you on Ninja. It really is. But I was honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I totally blanked out Ninja, and I was thinking about going either Harima or Yumeko on my choices. Man, I mean, these are some amazing. I mean, even Rio, like you can make a really strong case that Rio Bone Spear is the choice. You know. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go Rio Bone Spear. Damn it, dude! Like I'm just thinking that from the progression standpoint again, you know.
Yeah.
And sure, Harima would be awesome to have that provoke and that damage, and I love her in the end game. Obviously, I love her in the arena. But to have all these like single target debuffs and an amazing cleanse and heal, I feel like Rio doesn't get enough credit as being like one of the best supports out there. So I'm actually gonna go Rio Bone Spear, man.
I was torn a little bit, and I really actually thought about her a lot. She is really underrated, hilariously. Even though she has good ratings in the game,
she does.
People don't talk about her, and she's really good.
Super, super solid. Okay, so and even Mission, I love Mishinaki too, man. There's a lot of good ones here. Who are you gonna go for worst?
All right, so this is actually I'm torn here a little bit because I did a video with HWZ on this champion, and I kind of was like,
HWZ.
maybe he's I love HWZ, and I was like, maybe he's not as bad as I think, and that is specifically Jinro, who has some of like the worst.
Oh, I love the stork.
Like he's
got the best nose in the game, that's for sure. You can't argue that.
His nose is incredible. This guy makes Pinocchio look like a joke. Bro is absolutely just incredible length on the nose.
Do you think Corvus would give him a run for his money though? Corvus has a pretty good schnoz, huh?
Corvus is pretty.
Okay, let's drop everything for a nose.
Hold on, the girth on Corvus though. The girth, incredible nose girth.
I think the girth might win out.
I think the girth might win out.
I saw your cock video, by the way. It was very good.
Did you see that video?
I did see that video. Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about? Jinro.
So I'm not going to go with Jinro. I want to, but for me, I'm torn between either Tatsu or Noble. I think they both suck. I'm going to go Noble. I still think Noble is crap. I just don't. There's something about him just makes me sick.
You know what he's good for though? He's good for empowering Ninja. You know?
That's the one
really
thing.
Good for that.
You could definitely make an argument that he's better solely to empower Ninja, but I just think that this champion still really needs a lot of help, in my opinion. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, he can. I don't know what it is. I've always had a soft spot for Noble. I acknowledge he sucks, but like sometimes you like sucky champions, right? Like, I don't use them, but I did a guide on him once, and just my other channel, and I was like, he's kind of fun, even though he sucks. But it's hard to argue. Like, first of all, dude, like, I mean, if his kit is all about fear, like, how about give him the fear on is whenever an enemy's turn meter is fully depleted by any champion, give him a true fear. Like that's it. That's where he adds his true fear, dude. Like to me, I don't know, man. Like put the true fear on a skill, or I don't know. He needs a lot of work. Yeah. To your point, he needs a lot of work.
He does.
Let's see. Would I go with Noble though? I don't know if I would, man. I mean, there's something that bothers me about Gamaran. Something that bothers me about this dude, Like, I think because I wanted him to be good so bad that when he just didn't do it for me, I was extra bummed out because he looks so cool and his kit should be so cool. He has a buff spread ability and he's got a really weird dread invocation, but it just doesn't work. I don't think he's very value over replacement pretty much anywhere. So I don't know. It's hard to argue Noble though.
Yeah, you could. Gamaran would definitely be in the mix too. It's a really valid choice. Yep.
All right. Last, we're home stretch here. Drock.
Oh, baby.
You are up first. I can pick. Pick.
Yeah, you're picking.
All
right.
Am
I picking? Yeah. No.
I think we went. Yeah.
I went Ninja. Okay.
I'm gonna go the best. Oof. I don't have Yinsheshka. But she's too Hydra focused for me to pick. I think I don't have Feral, and boy is he good.
He is good.
But to me, it's between Elva and Grandoke. And I'm gonna go with. This is where I play the stupid game of if I didn't go Cardial, I'll go I'll go Grandoke, right?
Yeah, you're for sure.
But you know what? I think I'm actually going to go Grandoke. I love Elva, but I figure I get Scylla Drakes. She's better than the Scylla Drakes, obviously. But, I'll have Revivers down. I think Grandoke is so freaking cool, and he's just going to forever alleviate the necessity to ever have to worry about bringing the correct buffs with that passive. It's so good. I love ally attackers. He's got a unique blend to the ally attack where he's bringing, some pivotal buffs with increased speed. He's bringing the cleanse, the heal. I love this dude, man. I love this dude. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Grandoke.
Yeah, I would probably pick Grandoke as well. I think he has the best overall kit. But funny enough, if I wasn't going Grandoke, I think I'd go Eostrid, who I really like. I really like. And she's been awesome for me.
She's a Hydra queen too, man.
Yeah, she's so good in Hydra. She's disgusting. But also you can use her in Arena and she's really good. And yeah, but I think overall Grandoke has the best kit in this class. It's a really, really nice kit. So
yeah,
Grandoke.
Do you have Yanishka? Whatever you say.
Yansensa.
Yanishka. F you, bro. F you.
Legate.
That's why I'm so lazy. I'm like, I can't pronounce that, so I'll just call her whatever the hell I think. Whatever I feel like.
I do not have her, but she is really good for Hydra. But I just don't see a ton of use for her outside of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have her, but she is supposedly really good for Hydra. Yeah.
Okay. Worst.
Worst. Okay, I don't have this champion, but I think just on principle, I'm gonna say Lady of Ireth, because her kit really is
very epic-like.
Yeah, it's really not good. So I think for me, it's got to be Lady of Ireth. There are a couple here that stand out as having pretty bad kits, but hers really does kind of take the cake for me.
I 100% agree. You know, make that an AoE cleanse at the very least on the A2, and then she'd be at least mediocre. But man, a single target cleanse and a strengthen. Again, she feels very epic-like. I did pull her, and I was super bummed out when I did. But you know, this Glaciad dude. Maybe are we sleeping on him as the choice?
Well, I was looking at his kit because I don't have him, and I know he's supposed to be pretty good. I just haven't had a chance to use him. And
people say better than Duchess. People say that. People say
a lot of crazy things, you know. But looking at his kit, yeah, there's some nice stuff on here. There's some nice stuff. 20% HP.
I might change my vote. I don't know, man. He is pretty nasty. He's got the 112 base speed too. Got the same speed aura. He's got the revive, the increased accuracy, increased defense, but without revive. He might be better than Duchess. I don't know, man.
He's got increased attack.
He's got perfect veil and the turn meter. You know, he's like
he looks pretty good. But where are those block buffs though, Ash? I need those block debuffs or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what I want.
I know.
He's good though. He's
but
good.
Allies under perfect veil placed by the shaman deal 10% more damage.
That's big. That's big.
Interesting. All right. Anyway, guys, I've kept you long enough here, man. Thank you so much for being so generous with your time. I had a blast doing this video. Guys, if you're not subscribed again to Drock, go ahead and check him out. Pinned comment in the description. Any final words or thoughts, Drock?
Man, you know, it's always such a pleasure to come rap about this. I feel like anytime we talk about Raid, I get more energized about it, where I'm like, yeah, Raid, let's go, baby.
Yeah.
So now I just need to think
hopefully
of a good
it bleeds
idea
out to the audience.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, they'll let us know one way or the other. You know, we'll see the like percentage, but hopefully I think of a good video for you to come onto my channel and do.
My viewers will give ideas. The three people still watching here, the 3 people still watching will give us plenty of ideas.
I did want to say one thing.
Yeah,
I did want to say one thing. Congratulations, Ash, on becoming the largest Raid content creator. I noticed that.
Don't cut this, Osama. Cut this, please.
No, don't. I'm the rising star, quote unquote.
It's weird how the most unworthy get. It's so apropos of life.
Very deserved. Very deserved. I noticed that, and I messaged you the other day, and I think I know how much effort and time you put into this, and was really cool to see that. So congratulations, dude. And hopefully, if you're still watching this video, and if the editor Osama doesn't cut this out, leave a comment down below, just giving Ash some love, because he is now officially the largest RAID Shadow Legends creator in the game.
You know what it is? It's thanks to a lot of mediocre content, awesome guests like you, and Osama, my editor. Like, that's like, it's not for everybody that edits and stuff. I totally get that. You know, I don't even generally like super edited content, which is ironic, but it does help make a Raid a little bit more entertaining for a lot of people, I think, you know. So I wouldn't be here without Osama, so I'll give him a shout out. Drock, thanks again, man. Before you say no more nice stuff, I'm gonna end this damn video. Thank you guys for watching all the way till the end. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.